Hey folks, buckle up and settle in because today we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and exhilarating stories in American muscle car history. We're talking about a legend so secretive, so rare, and so downright wild that most people didn't even know it existed until it blew the doors off the competition. This is the tale of the 1968 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet Lightweight with a factory drag pack. A no-nonsense machine built in silence, not for comfort or looks, but for one purpose only: to dominate the drag strip. Now, this isn't just a car story, it's a tale of rebellion, raw power, and a battle waged in the shadows of Ford's factories. So if you're a fan of underdog victories, factory-backed performance cars with mysterious pasts, or just love hearing about how legends are born in fire and fury, you're in the right place. Get ready, because this is more than just history. It's horsepower wrapped in mystery. And by the end, you might just find yourself dreaming about this ghost of Dearborn with a heart of pure thunder. Let's rewind to the mid to late 1960s. The Mustang had lit the automotive world on fire in '64, kicking off the pony car craze that defined a generation. But just a few years later, the competition had caught up and in many ways passed them by. Chevrolet rolled up the Camaro with its fire-breathing 396, and Chrysler's boys were coming hard with their ground-pounding 426 Hemis. Ford's response? The GT390. Strong? Sure. But in the world of NHRA quarter-mile action, it was outgunned. Ford's top brass were watching their precious Mustang get left in the dust at drag strips across the country. It was a PR nightmare, and a blow to their ego. But here's where the story gets good. Instead of forming a committee or dreaming up a flashy ad campaign, a few rogue engineers, racers, and sympathetic dealers decided to do things the old-fashioned American way. Build something so wicked fast, so brutally effective, that it would shut everyone up with tire smoke. Enter the Cobra Jet. Not the product of a boardroom, not built to please accountants. This was built by warriors for warriors. Now you're probably wondering, what exactly made this Mustang different from the rest? What turned a sporty street car into a full-blown drag racing assassin? It all started with the 428 Police Interceptor engine, already a respectable power plant. But Ford's performance wizards didn't stop there. They slapped on the larger breathing cylinder heads from the 427, added beefy intake valves, an aluminum intake manifold, a big OL Holley 735 CFM carburetor, and a ram air system that gulped in air like a wind tunnel. On paper, they rated it at 335 horsepower, but that was pure marketing nonsense. Anyone who drove it, or lined up against it, knew this beast was making well over 400 horsepower. And when you check the box for the factory drag pack, oh baby, you got 3.91 or 4.30 rear gears, a beefy oil cooler, and a limited-slip rear diff. This combo wasn't for Sunday drives. It was for launching you down the quarter mile with the force of a thunderclap. This wasn't just an engine. It was a declaration of war. Here's the part most people don't know. Before the Cobra Jet even became an official offering, Ford built a limited batch of stealth Mustangs, stripped down and souped up specifically for NHRA competition. No creature comforts here, folks. These early cars came with no radios, no insulation, manual steering, and bare-bones interiors. Many had fiberglass hoods, and a few were so light they had acid-dipped body panels, a trick Ford had perfected back with their 1964 Thunderbolt Fairlanes. They weren't meant to impress on Main Street. They were built to kill on the drag strip. And here's the kicker. These cars didn't even go to dealerships. Ford handpicked certain racers and performance-minded dealers to receive them. Cars rolled straight from the line onto transporters and went directly to sanctioned events. That's right, no sales floor, no fanfare. Just a delivery of doom. You could almost hear the whisper as they unloaded. Let's show 'em what we've got. Picture it, Pomona, California. The NHRA Winter Nationals, January 1968. 6 of these factory-prepped, lightweight Cobra Jet Mustangs roll onto the staging lanes. Nobody quite knows what they are. Yet, then the light turns green, and boom. The crowd watches as Dino Don Nicholson, Al Joniak, and Hubert Platt start obliterating the competition. Al Joniak steals the show, running an 11.49-second quarter mile to win the Superstock Eliminator class, a time that sent shockwaves through the Hemi and big block Camaro camps. Suddenly, Ford wasn't just back, they were on top, and they'd done it in the shadows. No one saw it coming. No brochures, no hype, no mercy. That day, the Cobra Jet Mustang earned its place in racing history. But those 6 cars? They were myth in motion, built for a single purpose: to win. And when they did. Fast forward to today. These lightweight Cobra Jet Mustangs are more than just collector's items. They're sacred relics in the world of muscle cars. Some say only 50 were built. Others say maybe 75 to 100. No one knows for sure, because these cars were never meant to be documented, just deployed. Many had unique VIN codes, built quietly among regular production models. Most were raced, crashed, rebuilt, and few survived. But for those that did, they are the crown jewels of Ford performance history. They represent a time when the rules were bent, the suits stepped aside, and the racers ran the show. If you ever see one in person, take a moment. You're not just looking at a car, you're looking at a battle-worn veteran of America's greatest horsepower war. It's a ghost of the golden age, and every inch of metal tells a story of speed, secrecy, and rebellion. So what have we learned today, friends? That sometimes, the most legendary machines aren't the ones in the spotlight. They're the ones that were never supposed to exist. The 1968 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet Lightweight wasn't made for comfort or style. It wasn't made for everyone. It was made for the few, the racers, the dreamers, the warriors of the quarter mile. It's proof that when the stakes are high, true greatness comes not from the boardroom, but from the back rooms, the race tracks, and the men and women who live for the rush of horsepower and the scream of wide-open throttle. If you've got fuel in your veins and a love for the untold stories of American muscle, this is one tale you'll want to remember, because legends like these, they don't come around twice.